The main goal of the defense is to stop the opposing team from scoring and get the ball back for their team to take control. Most players are gifted enough to play defense in the NFL, but some players are just beasts in that department. What could be a more fitting way to commence the list than with Deion Primetime Sanders? His abilities and versatility shone brightly, and he quickly became a fan favorite. On the football field, Sanders was celebrated for his incredible coverage skills and his unique talent for turning interceptions into clutch touchdowns. In fact, he snagged a total of 53 interceptions during his career, and what makes this even more astonishing is that he's the only NFL player to score touchdowns in 6 different ways. Before he dazzled the NFL, Sanders was already making waves during his college days at Florida State. Having earned All-American honors twice, Sanders clinched the Jim Thorpe Award in 1988, an accolade bestowed upon the nation's premier defensive back. Once in the NFL, he established himself as one of the finest cornerbacks the game has ever seen. Quarterbacks often found it scary to challenge him, given his extraordinary defensive skills. What set him apart was his ability to transform turnovers into instant offense, a skill that led to an impressive 19 touchdowns from interceptions until Devin Hester surpassed this record in 2014. But Deion Sanders was more than just a remarkable athlete. He was a larger-than-life personality, known for his self-promotion and charisma. His entertaining presence made him one of the most recognizable and beloved figures in football history. Over his 14-year career, he showcased his versatility by playing for 5 different teams: the Falcons, 49ers, Cowboys, Redskins, and Ravens. His hard work and skill earned him numerous accolades, including 8 Pro Bowl selections and All-Pro honors. In 1994, he reached the pinnacle of his career when he was named the NFL Defensive Player of the Year. Sanders' lightning speed was legendary, and his 52 career interceptions spoke volumes about his skills in the secondary. But he wasn't just about defense. He was a dynamic return specialist and even dabbled as a wide receiver, contributing to a tally of 22 touchdowns during his career. These touchdowns came in various forms, from interception returns to punt and kickoff returns, as well as receiving and even a fumble recovery. Taking the stage at number 9 is none other than Ed Reed, a football savant celebrated for his ability to anticipate quarterbacks' moves and snatch interceptions. This safety sensation carved his legacy with the Baltimore Ravens. Reed's knack for reading the minds of quarterbacks set him apart as a game changer. His stats speak volumes about his prowess: a 64 career interceptions and an impressive 9 pick sixes. These aren't just numbers, they ultimately landed him in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. But before he became an NFL sensation, Reed was making waves down in Miami. At the University of Miami, he set several records. Imagine a staggering 21 career interceptions, 389 yards covered while returning those interceptions, and 5 interceptions turned into touchdowns. When he transitioned to the NFL, he became the backbone of the Baltimore Ravens throughout the 2000s as a 5-time first-team All-Pro. Reed wasn't a one-trick pony. He excelled equally in pass coverage and run defense. Those 64 interceptions often stemmed from his strategic genius in baiting quarterbacks into making ill-fated throws. And let's not forget Reed, along with Everson Walls, stands as the only player in NFL history to lead the league in interceptions on 3 separate occasions. His illustrious NFL career was peppered with accolades, including 7 Pro Bowl selections and the prestigious title of NFL Defensive Player of the Year in 2004. Over 9 incredible seasons, he accumulated 54 interceptions, returning them for 1,438 yards, a feat ranking 2nd in NFL history, complemented by 6 touchdown-scoring interceptions. Reed's name is immortalized in NFL history with the record for the longest interception return with a 107-yard sprint against the Philadelphia Eagles in 2008. He was also great in recovering fumbles, securing 10 of them and returning 2 for touchdowns. His unmatched consistency is underlined by leading the Ravens to Super Bowl victory. But more legendary than him is the great Rod Woodson, a true marvel of versatility and excitement on the field. Woodson's career spanned 3 decades, where he etched his name as a cornerback, safety, and a masterful return specialist. His total of 71 career interceptions lands him an esteemed 3rd place in the NFL history books. But he didn't stop at interceptions. Woodson's lightning speed and agility helped him reach the end zone 12 times. Before he graced the NFL with his talents, Woodson was already a shining star during his college years at Purdue. With back-to-back All-American titles in 1985 and 1986 as a defensive back, and an additional honor as an All-American returner in 1986, his brilliance was evident from the get-go. His His dominance extended to the Big Ten, where he secured a position on the All-Big Ten first team 3 times. What truly sets Woodson apart is his incredible ability to excel as both a cornerback and safety at the highest level, along with his long 17-season career in the NFL. Similar to the likes of Prime Time, Woodson had the thrilling ability to score from anywhere on the field, racking up 17 return touchdowns throughout his illustrious Hall of Fame career. Moreover, he holds the all-time record for interception return yardage with 10. Beyond interceptions, his versatility shone through with an impressive 32 fumble recoveries, a record that continues to stand today. He's a beacon of consistency with 11 Pro Bowl selections and 8 All-Pro honors. And in 1993, he was crowned NFL Defensive Player of the Year while leading the Baltimore Ravens' victorious journey to Super Bowl 35. Seizing the 7th spot on our list is none other than the legendary Mean Joe Greene, the towering might of the Steel Curtain defense that catapulted the Pittsburgh Steelers to an astounding 4 Super Bowl championships in the 1970s. He is widely considered as the greatest defensive tackle ever. His illustrious journey was punctuated by 8 All-Pro selections, 10-time Pro Bowl, and the NFL Defensive Player of the Year title, an accolade he proudly claimed not just once, but twice. The path to greatness for Mean Joe Greene was paved long before he graced the NFL stage, with his college coach Rod Rust having the foresight to recognize the qualities that would propel Greene to stardom. Rust once noted, "There are 2 factors behind Joe's success. First, he possesses the innate ability to execute the game-altering defensive plays that shift the momentum of a contest. Second, he possesses the swiftness required to excel as a relentless pursuit player. Due to his intensity and competitive spirit, the world saw him take part in an astonishing 81 of 190 potential regular season clashes. The culmination of his illustrious journey was marked by his enshrinement in the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1987. Greene may be the greatest tackler, but Dick Butkus put the most fear in his opponents. Butkus was the stuff of nightmares for opponents, a relentless enforcer who struck fear into the hearts of anyone daring to cross his path. Despite a career cut short by injuries, his mark on the Chicago Bears' defensive legacy endures. Butkus's journey began during his college days when he was recognized with the prestigious Chicago Tribune Silver Football Award, a status as the Big Ten's most valuable player. He secured a unanimous selection as the center for the 1963 College Football All-America team. His transition to the NFL marked the birth of a giant, as Butkus made his presence felt with 22 interceptions and 27 fumble recoveries, all in just 9 seasons. His tally of fumble recoveries was an NFL record upon his retirement, securing his place among a select group of just 9 members in the NFL's esteemed 2020th club. Butkus's brilliance continued to shine as he collected All-Pro honors on 8 occasions and received the nod to the Pro Bowl 8 times. Moreover, he added 2 DPOY awards in Heist resume. The peak of his football journey arrived in 1979 when Dick Butkus was enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, a richly deserved tribute to his enduring legacy in the sport. In 2009, the NFL officially recognized Butkus as the most feared tackler in the history of the game. His approach to tackling was nothing short of savage, as teammate Ed O'Bradovich revealed. Tackling wasn't good enough. Dick loved to crush people. A well-conditioned animal, a stone maniac. Every time he hit you, he tried to put you in the cemetery, not the hospital. Unlike Butkus's monsterful approach, Deacon Jones was a trailblazer when it comes to the sack, even in the absence of official statistics during his era. Jones wasn't just a defender. He was a relentless quarterback hunter, striking terror into the hearts of rival signal callers. He was not only known for revolutionizing the art of sacking quarterbacks, but also for coining the very term sack. During his illustrious career, Jones chalked up roughly 173.5 sacks that ranks 3rd in the leaderboards. At the helm of the Los Angeles Rams' iconic defensive line, aptly named the Fearsome Foursome, Deacon Jones was a linchpin in this unit. His legacy was forged by his pioneering expertise in the delicate art of rushing and sacking quarterbacks, establishing himself as one of the earliest defensive ends to master this craft. Jones's formula for success was a combination of breakneck speed and an explosive first step, qualities that consistently left rival tackles overwhelmed. The NFL acknowledged his dominance by bestowing upon him the prestigious title of NFL Defensive Player of the Year in both 1967 and 1968. He finished his career with 8 All-Pro and Pros Bowl selections. Deacon Jones was an architect of the contemporary pass rush and earning a rightful place in the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1980. Next is the powerhouse that is Ronnie Lott, a hard-hitting safety whose unique blend of brawn and coverage skills propelled him into the upper echelons of defensive backs, boasting a count of 63 career interceptions and a reputation that defies belief. Yes, he actually amputated his own finger to avoid sitting out games. Lott's dedication and determination were simply out of this world. Lott's success began during his college days at the University of Southern California, where his on-field wizardry earned him the titles of a consensus All-American and a national champion in 1978. Upon entering the NFL, NFL, Lott started as a cornerback. However, as fate would have it, he discovered his true calling as a safety and delivering his signature bone-crushing tackles with regularity. Lott's legend is intertwined with his 10-year tenure as a San Francisco 49ers, where he steered the defense to 4 glorious Super Bowl victories. His knack for coverage is highlighted by his tally of 63 career interceptions. Yet it wasn't just his on-field heroics that set him apart. Lott was essentially a coach on the gridiron. His career was adorned with 10 Pro Bowl selections, coupled with 8 well-deserved first-team All-Pro distinctions. He also topped the league in interceptions twice and also forced fumbles once. In the year 2000, the Pro Football Hall of Fame extended a warm embrace to Ronnie Lott. Ahead of Lott as this spot is none other than the legendary Mr. Cowboy himself, Bob Lilly. When you leaf through the pages of NFL history, there's no missing the impact he had as the foundation of the Dallas Cowboys' famed Doomsday Defense. Bob Lilly's entrance in the world of football began with a stellar college career, adorned with the title of Consensus All-American in his senior year back in 1960. His achievements culminated in an induction into the College Football Hall of Fame in 1981. And in the professional scene, durability wasn't just a characteristic, it was a badge of honor for Lilly, who suited up for 196 consecutive games. Positioned at the heart of the Cowboys' defensive line, Lilly's sheer power was enough to send shivers down the spine of opposing teams, forcing them to employ multiple blockers in a desperate bid to contain his disruptive influence. With 11 Pro Bowl appearances and 9 All-Pro selections to his name, Lilly became the very first Cowboy player to find a permanent home in the Dallas Cowboy Ring of Honor. His crowning achievement arrived in 1980 when he was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. If you pause for a moment and shift the focus away from records, you'll recall his remarkable feat of capturing the first-team All-Pro honor 7 times from 1964 to 1971. And then there's that unforgettable moment when he created one of the most iconic moments in the game with a sack for the ages in the Super Bowl. To his peers, he was the embodiment of the word unblockable. Even Bill Walsh once declared that Lilly was the 3rd best football player he had ever set eyes on. While Lilly might be known as Mr. Cowboy, Reggie White is the Minister of Defense. His talent translated into a total of 198 career sacks, a number that towered over every other player in the NFL when he decided to hang up his cleats. But here's the thing, White wasn't merely a stat sheet legend. He held the esteemed title of NFL Defensive Player of the Year not once, but twice. The man earned the right to wear the Pro Bowl jersey 13 times, standing head and shoulders above his fellow defensive ends. White remains in the record books with those 198 quarterback sacks spread across his 15-year career. The 1987 season alone showcased his abilities as he racked up 21 sacks in just 12 games. What's even more mind-boggling is that he achieved double-digit sack numbers 12 times during his career. Yet White wasn't just a pass-rushing magician. He showcased an all-around mastery of the game by forcing 33 fumbles and even nabbing 3 interceptions. Let's not forget he reached the milestone of 1,000 career tackles that makes him one of the most complete defensive players in NFL history. And for the cherry on top, he grabbed his Super Bowl ring through a historic 3 sacks against Patriots quarterback Drew Bledsoe in Super Bowl 31. It was this incredible journey that culminated in his enshrinement into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2006. But even with White's complete achievements throughout his career, one man still managed to top him, the greatest ever, Lawrence Taylor. Before the grandeur of the NFL stage, Taylor's odyssey unfolded on the college fields, where he shone as a consensus first-team All-American, garnering Atlantic Coast Conference Player of the Year in 1980. His ascent to the big leagues was meteoric. In his first 2 professional seasons, he scooped up every major defensive award that came his way. His 1986 season stands as one of the best defensive seasons ever. During that year, Taylor became one of only 2 defensive players ever to claim the NFL Most Valuable Player award. What's even more unbelievable is that he didn't just win it, he did so unanimously, a feat that even the legendary Alan Page couldn't manage in 1971. Taylor's tenure was studded with 10 Pro Bowl selections and a collection of All-Pro honors. His ability to disrupt pass plays not only dominated the game, but also catalyzed the evolution of pass-blocking tactics. Right at the heart of the New York Giants' 2 Super Bowl victories, Taylor's brilliance resonated far and wide. He clinched NFL Defensive Player of the Year in a record 3 times. Labeled as one of the most feared and intimidating figures in history, Taylor's imprint on the game is best captured in the words of John Madden. Lawrence Taylor, defensively, has had as big an impact as any player I've ever seen. He changed the way defense is played, the way pass rushing is played, the way linebackers play, and the way offenses block linebackers. There's simply no room for dispute. Lawrence Taylor holds the mantle as the greatest defensive player in the history of the NFL. His ascent was complete in 1999 when he took his place in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, a crowning honor that aptly recognizes the legacy of a player whose name stands tall among his peers.